Wow, a Kabuliwala. His life must be so interesting, traveling to places and selling his wares. Gizmo Gadget, it's time to do your magic. Bring me the Kabuliwala from the comic.
What would you like to buy, young sir? A toy sword or perhaps a magic lamp?
Cool. But first tell me, what is your name?
Excuse my rudeness. I forgot to introduce myself. I am Nasir, bearer of exotic wares.
So what else do you have?
I have food items like dry fruits, beautiful jewelry, jasmine perfume.
Food. I'm so hungry.
I can let you try some wonderful dates for free.
Thanks. I'm sure they will be delicious.
You know, you would get to eat very tasty things if you were a trader in ancient India.
Really? Tell me, what was it like to be a trader in ancient India?
There would be a lot of interesting wares to sell. Did you know South India was known for its spices and precious stones?
Really?
Yes, so much so that foreign countries wanted to trade with India.
So which countries did India trade with?
India traded with places like Egypt and Rome.
Rome? That's where the Colosseum is. Gladiators used to fight there all the time.
Rome was very important to India. They used to import black gold from us.
Since when did gold become black? Mom doesn't have any black gold.
Sure, she does. Take me to your kitchen. This is black gold.
But this is pepper.
The Romans considered pepper to be very valuable as precious metals. Therefore the name black gold.
But how did India manage to trade with places that were so far away? There were no planes or trains then.
Traders traveled either by land or sea.
You mean they walked to Rome?
No. They traveled in caravans. They used animals like horses to carry all their wares.
That must have been tiring.
It was also dangerous. There were no concrete roads or bridges, so they had to cross treacherous places like mountains and rivers.
So did they use ships when they traveled by sea?
You're absolutely right. Traders explored a lot of sea routes while traveling.
Sea routes?
Sea routes are paths that ships follow to go from one port to another. This allows ships to travel to different countries.
What has that got to do with trade?
Because merchants came from other countries by ship, the ports became centers of trade.
And so we could trade with the Romans.
In South India, the ports of Kaveripattanam, Barigaza and Arikamedu were some of the important centers of trading.
I'm sure Kaveripattanam got its name from the river Kaveri.
It did. Kaveripattanam was also known as Puhar. There are poems about it being a famous trading center.
Do you have a poem?
There is a Sangam poem that describes goods brought to Puhar. Swift prancing horses by sea in ships, bales of black pepper in carts, gems and gold born in the Himalayas, sandalwood born in the western hills. That's all I remember.
I would love to travel by sea and go to Rome. I could meet the gladiators there. Who knows, maybe I defeat some monsters during my voyage.
The only monsters I ever met were greedy customers who refused to pay for any goods. But if you were sailing back to India from places like East Africa or Arabia, it would be wise for you to sail with the southwest monsoon wind.
Why is that?
The monsoon winds were used to cross the sea quickly, but the ship you travel in would have to be very, very sturdy.
After all that you have told me, it seems India was a very important country in those early days.
Yes. One can find Indian influences in Roman works of silver and ivory, and even in Egyptian cloth. In fact, many Roman coins have been found in South India.
I wish I could be a trader like you. I think I can. Thanks for telling me all about trade in ancient India. I have something important to do now.
All right. Bye-bye.
I'm going to trade all of Jaideep's computer games for some cool Asterix comics.